I hope you're well and that you've had a good week so far. So welcome to the third maths lesson of the week, where we're still looking at elapsed time. The work you've been sending in has been fantastic, so please keep sending it in so I can see all the great work that you're doing at home with your parents and carers. Okay, so let's minimize my very big face and put it across here. Right, so today is the 3rd of June 2020, it's a Wednesday, and the LI, as I explained yesterday, is the same all week as to calculate elapsed time. And for today's lesson, you will need a pencil, a ruler, and a piece of paper or a book just to jot down your answers on. Move myself out of the way. There you go. What can you see on this number line? So ignore this here. So what we want you to do is, we've done a lot of work on representing elapsed time on number lines. I want you to explain to me, what do you see happening here? What is this number line describing to us? So just pause the video. If you're your parent or carer, you can tell them, or maybe you can just write down what this number line shows you. Off you go. Right, so this is what this number line is showing us. The number line is showing us the elapsed time between 8:30 and 12 o'clock. It's doing this by breaking up the time into smaller steps. So from 8:30, it goes to the nearest hour, which is 9, and that's 30 minutes. That's represented by the first leap here. And then from 9 to 12, there are 3 jumps representing an hour each. That takes us to 12 o'clock. So the elapsed time between 8:30 and 12 o'clock is 1, 2, 3 hours and 30 minutes. So hopefully you were able to describe all, and if not describe, at least understand what the elapsed time was between 8:30 and 12 o'clock. Excellent. Let's move on. Key vocabulary is hours, minutes, elapsed, for which another word is past, time taken, and intervals. So again, this is vocabulary we'll be using all week, and you should be familiar with it. So just to make sure that we completely got it into our minds, just rather than writing it out like we did yesterday, just say or think about, what is the definition of elapsed time? And of course, the definition of elapsed time is the amount of time that passes from the beginning of an event to an end of an event. So we started our lunch at 12 o'clock today. A bit after this lesson, we'll start at 12 and we'll finish our lunch at 1 o'clock. The time that elapses between the start of lunch and the end of lunch will be 1 hour. Right. So in the last 2 lessons, we have been looking at elapsed times, and yesterday we looked at the elapsed time of 30 minutes in more detail, and today we're moving on to looking at the elapsed time of 45 minutes. Okay, so it's just extending and building on the knowledge that you already have. So let's look at the time on both these clocks. What has happened to the minute hand? How can we represent an elapsed time of 45 minutes on a number line? Now, what I would like you to do is look at these 2 clocks, pause the video, and try to represent the elapsed time on a number line. I'm not going to give you any clues. Just try and see what you can come up with. Okay, so off you go. Right, so the start time here, as you can see, is 8 o'clock. The end time is 8:45. So that means that the elapsed time is 45 minutes. How would you represent this? How would you break it into smaller chunks to make it easier on a number line? So this is what I did. Let's take it away. Right, so my number line starts at 8 o'clock, ends at 8:45, but I have put in 3 jumps of 15 minutes because 15 plus 15 plus 15 is 45 minutes. So rather than having to track where the minute hand is going, it's easier to break up 45 minutes into 3 jumps of 15 minutes. So from 8 o'clock, a jump of 15 minutes would be 8:15. Another jump of 15 minutes would be to 8:30. And your final jump of 15 minutes would be 8:45. Let's practice. Here we go. So look at the time of both clocks. What's happened to the minute hand? how much time has elapsed and how can you represent it on a number line. Okay, if I was you, I would stick to the 15 minutes. So pause the video and create a number line showing how much time has elapsed between the two times on the clock. Off you go. So the time over here is 5 minutes past 8. So the time here, let's put our number line there and like that. And over here, put it down a little bit, the screen down a little bit. Time here would be, that's our start time. Our end time is 8:50. And the time that's elapsed is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And to break it up, I'm going to split it into 3 sections of 15 minutes. So let me just do that for you. So like this. So each leap on my number line will be 15 minutes. So 8:05 plus 15 minutes would be 5, 10, 15 would be 8:20. The next jump of 15 minutes would be 8:20, 8:25, 8:30, 8:35. So that would be 8:35. And the final jump of 15 minutes would take me from 8:35, 8:40, 8:45 to 8:50. So that's how you represent the elapsed time on number line using 15-minute intervals. And here we go again. So let's look at these two examples, two clocks. Look at the start time, look at the end time. How do you represent this on a number line using 15-minute intervals? Pause the video and have a go. So as we know, that a 45-minute time frame has 3 sets of 15 minutes in it. Okay, so the time you'd put here would be 8:10 plus 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15. The next time would be 8:25, another 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15. The next time would be 8:40, and finally 5, 10, 15. The final time would be, as it is on this clock, 8:55. So hopefully this time around you understood that a bit better, were able to apply it. So well done, working really hard, good job. And now, I'm not going to say anything. You know what I expect you to do. You've got 2 clocks, you've got a number line, and it's now up to you to pause the video and show me your number, how you represent the elapsed time on a number line. Off you go. Okay, so the start time would be, let's see, it's 8:20. So with 8:20 there. The end time is 5 minutes past 9, so 9:05. 9:05. 3 jumps of 15 minutes. I'm going to put in my little leaps that turn out the best of the ways, but let's give it a go. So that's our first jump. That's our second jump. And that's our third jump of 15 minutes. Right, so 8:20 plus 15 minutes would be 8:35. I'll put down here 8:35. 8:35, another jump of 15 minutes will be 8:50. And 8:50, another 15 minutes will be like it is here, 9:05. So hopefully that's what you've written down in your book. If you have, well done. If not, don't worry, you have plenty of opportunity to practice as you do your tasks. Here he is, our friend Danny the dog. Let's see what Danny the dog is saying to us today. So Danny is saying, so Danny the dog says that to show elapsed time on a number line, you must include some intervals of 15 minutes. Do you agree with Danny and give reasons for your answers? So what Danny is saying is that whenever you are trying to calculate elapsed times, you must use intervals 15 minutes to work out what the elapsed time is. So is he right? Is he wrong? You can write your answer, as always, in a full sentence. I agree with Danny Dog because, or I disagree with Danny Dog because. Off you go. Now, Danny Dog is wrong. So I disagree with Danny Dog because we use 15-minute intervals for where the elapsed time can be divided by 15 without any remainder. So for example, there are two sets of 15-minute intervals and 30 minutes. So you can use the 15-minute jumps. We can use 15-minute jumps when you try and work out a time of elapsed time of 45 minutes. However, if you had an elapsed time of, say, 20 minutes, 15 minutes intervals wouldn't work because you have a 15-minute jump, okay, and then there are 5 minutes left. So you don't always have to include 15 minutes because 15 minutes do not always work. So the answer is that Danny Dog is wrong. He's right. In some instances he's right, but you don't always use 15-minute intervals. Okay, good. So now the time has come for you to please complete your tasks. As always, don't forget to take a picture of your work and email it to us at year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. The task, as always, can be found on the Grange website under Online Learning tab. Click Year 3 and the math task will be there for today. Date and title will be Math Task 03.06.2020. And when you click onto that link, you'll be taken to this page over here. And these will be your tasks. So task 1 asks you to write the time under each clock and shade in the correct number of segments to show the elapsed time. So this is your first time, write the time down here. Second clock, write down the time here, and then you have to shade in how much time has elapsed between the two clocks. That's task 1. Task 2 is asking you to draw your own number lines for the elapsed times in task 1. So for each of the clocks in task 1, you need to draw number lines to show the elapsed time. I need to write an equation that we did yesterday to show the elapsed time as well. And then task 3 wants you to add 45 minutes to the following times: 9, 2:30, 5:15, 12:45, 6:20. And task 4, and we do this a lot because it's really important in math that we're able to compare two things. Want you to compare these two times. So 45 minutes later than 12 is either less than, equal to, or greater than 45 minutes later than, more than 45 minutes later than 11:59. So you need to work those out. Okay. Go back to our smartboard. Here we are. You fancy a challenge? I'm just in the maths mood today, and have a look at this. Here is our challenge. I hope the clock's loading up here. It's the clock. If the English, so I'm gonna just set my timer. If it's, hold on a second. Right, I set the time now. So if the English lesson ends at the time on the clock and lasts for 45 minutes, what time the lesson starts? So let's look at the clock now. If an English lesson ended now at that current time, it lasts for 45 minutes, when did that lesson start? Good luck, have fun, enjoy the challenge, and we'll see you tomorrow for more maths. Take care, have a nice evening, bye.